Extract from Brand New Ancients, Kate Tempest. In the old days, the myths were the stories we used to explain ourselves. But how can we explain the way we hate ourselves, the things we've made ourselves into, the way we break ourselves in two, the way we overcomplicate ourselves? But we are still mythical. We are still permanently trapped somewhere between the heroic and the pitiful. We are still godly. That's what makes us so monstrous. But it feels like we've forgotten we're much more than the sum of all the things that belong to us. The empty skies rise over the benches where the old men sit. They are desolate and friendless, and the young men spit. Inside they're delicate, but outside they're reckless, and I reckon that these are our heroes, these are our legends. That face on the street you walk past without looking at, or that face on the street that walks past you without looking back, or the man in the supermarket trying to keep his kids out of his trolley, or the woman by the postbox fighting with her brolly. Every single person has a purpose in them, burning. Look again, and allow yourself to see them. Millions of characters, each with their own epic narratives, singing, "It's hard to be an angel until you've been a demon." The sky is so perfect, it looks like a painting, but the air is so thick that we feel like we're fainting. Still, the myths in this city have always said the same thing about how all we need is a place to belong, how all we need is to know what's right from what's wrong, and how we all need is to struggle to find out for ourselves which side we are on. We all need to love and be loved and keep going. There may be no monsters to kill, no dragon's teeth left for the sowing, but what there is the flowing of rain down the gutters. What there is the muttering nutters. What we have here is a brand new mythic palette. The parable of the mate you had who could have been anything, but he turned out an addict. Or the parable of the prodigal father returned after years in the wilderness. Our morality is still learned through experience, gained in these cities in all of their rage and their tedium. And yes, our colours are muted and greyed, but our battles are staged all the same. And we are still mythical. Call us by our names. We are perfect because of our imperfections. We must stay hopeful. We must stay patient. Because when they excavate the modern day, they'll find us, the brand new ancients. See, all that we have here is all that we've always had. We have jealousy and tenderness and curses and gifts. But the plight of a people who have forgotten their myths and imagine that somehow now is all that there is a sorry plight, all isolation and worry. But the life in your veins, it is godly, heroic. You were born for greatness, believe it, know it. Take it from the tears of the poets. There's always been heroes and there's always been villains, and the stakes may have changed, but really there's no difference. There's always been greed and heartbreak and ambition and bravery and love and trespass and contrition. We're the same beings that began, still living in all of our fury and foulness and friction. Everyday odysseys, dreams and decisions. The stories are there if you listen. The stories are here. The stories are you, and your fear and your hope is as old as the language of smoke, the language of blood, the language of languishing love. The gods are all here because the gods are in us. The gods are in the betting shops. The gods are in the caff. The gods are smoking fags out the back. The gods are in the office blocks. The gods are at their desks. The gods are sick of always giving more and getting less. The gods are at the rave, 2 pills deep into dancing. The gods are in the alleyway, laughing. The gods are at the doctors, they need a little something for the stress. The gods are in the toilets having unprotected sex. The gods are in the supermarket, the gods are walking home. The gods can't stop checking Facebook on their phones. The gods are in a traffic jam, the gods are on the train. The gods are watching adverts, the gods are not to blame. They are working for the council, now they're on the dole. Now they're getting drunk, pissing their wages down a hole. The gods are in their gardens with their decking and their plants. The gods are in the classrooms, the poor things don't stand a chance. They are trying to tell the truth, but the truth is hard to say. The gods are born, they live a while and then they pass away. They lose themselves in crowds, their guts are full of rot. They hope there's something more to life, but can't imagine what. These gods have got no oracles to translate their requests. These gods have got a headache and a payment plan and stress about when next they'll see their kids. They are not fighting over favourites, they're just getting on with it. We are the brand new ancients. So choose one. Choose any of these gods watching telly on their own, feeling bored but not knowing what the more is to want it. Choose one. Look again, and you will see the gods rise in the most human and unassuming of eyes.